This is Changelog 5 for Heist, the 6th in my series of videos about what's changed and what's new in the game this week. Last week I added a framework for interactive objects which the player can use to trigger some action in the game. My test case for this was picking up boxes which drop from the sky. This week I started off by adding another interactive object which is a getaway point. This can be used to end the game. The idea is that now I've got the two fundamental aspects of a heist game, which is the loot to steal, that was the boxes, and the getaway point to end the mission and work out your score. Obviously picking up boxes and then getting to a getaway point isn't very exciting, but from here on in I can start building all of the stealth gameplay, and then I can run playtests with people and really start iterating on the game design itself. With this done, I decided to spend the rest of the week working on level generation. Maps in Heist are procedurally generated, so you've got a lot of freedom to keep exploring the city and generating new banks until you find one which you think you can break into. Now what do I mean when I say procedural generation, because that's a pretty weighted term, means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So in Heist, the world generator isn't really generating very much completely from scratch. Instead it's assembling hand-built parts of levels together. This means that you can still get the advantages of having millions of generated levels, but they can still have the human touch that a level designer can give them. Before I go any further with examples of this, please bear in mind that everything here is a very, very rough testbed with no consideration for looks at all. It could look a lot better, for example, if I had more than 3 materials to work with. So, to start off, this is a city block. It's roughly rectangular, with a parameter for how distorted from a rectangle it can actually get. If I wanted a specific shape of city block, I could have hand designed that. The city blocks then split up into plots, automatically in this case, but again if I wanted to I could hand place the plots, and it places buildings where there's a road access and flat green areas where there's no road access. This is an example of the computer choosing what to place where. Instead of saying place this specific building in this specific plot, in this case I'm saying place this type of building in this type of plot. Now most of these buildings are just big solid blocks because that's the only type of building which the system can find to satisfy my specifications at the moment. If I were to install a plugin with new building types that satisfied the constraints, then this block would have those buildings mixed in here too, which is the real power of this generation. Different people designing different level elements will find their work mixes together without any effort from them. And over here we've got the most advanced type of building, which is what I've mostly been working on this week. This building has between 7 and 10 floors above ground and 1 to 5 floors below ground, and then the system picks how many, works out the correct height of the building based off that and the height of a floor, and then just like the city block contains lots of buildings, this building contains lots of floors. Again, most of the floors are really boring, they're just totally hollow in this case, because that's the only type of floor that I've designed so far, except for the very top floor, which is my first work on generating floor plans and placing down rooms. Again, floors contain lots of rooms just like buildings contain lots of floors. The point of all of this is that when designing levels you can put as much or as little attention to detail as you like. You could be really casual and spend 5 minutes throwing together a really basic building using rooms and floors which other people have already designed. Or you could spend 5 months handcrafting every single part of the entire city block. Personally, I plan to hand build some levels for scenarios in the main game, but elements from those levels that I build will be available for anyone to mix up and build new levels themselves. If you're interested in more details of this, I publish a short series of articles about procedural generation which you can find on my blog here. That's it for this week. If you'd like to keep up with the latest news on the project, you can follow me on Twitter as Martin D. Evans, you can follow my development blog at martindevans.me, or of course you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.